1 in 5 CSU students do not have access to food. Coming up on State of Events, find out what program is in the early stages to help assist San Francisco students with getting a nutritious meal. Hello, I'm Chloe Ortega.
And I'm Tessa Kleinbell. With the cost of living skyrocketing in San Francisco, more students are facing food insecurity. Our top story tonight is the hunger that continues to rise, not just here, but across CSU campuses. Ashman Ram joins us live on campus to update us on what SF State is doing to help. Ashman?
Student hunger continues to affect thousands across the country. With college fees continuing to rise, the pursuit for a college degree is costing some students their nutrition. However, a program may be in the works for SFSU students. Let's take a look. While many students work full and part-time jobs to pay for tuition, textbooks, and housing, unfortunately, too often, basic necessities like food and nutrition are being compromised. According to Feeding America, a recent study found that 1 in 5 students within the CSU system does not have access to food. SFSU students and faculty are working hard to stop student hunger and start a food pantry program on campus. The food pantry would provide students with access to a variety of different foods, groceries to take home, allow students to eat throughout the day, and prevent students from going to class hungry.
I really want, and I have 2 interns who will help with it, is we want to really get students' stories anonymous, so students wouldn't have to share their name, and it would be an opportunity to either speak with me or speak with one of our students to really see what are the issues that are affecting students. What does hunger look like? What does housing look like?
For more information, log on to SFSU Food Pantry on Facebook to learn about the program. Donations for the food pantry would come from local food banks. However, this program is still in the very early stages, and SFSU students are still petitioning to get this service on campus. Live on Holloway, Ashman Ram for State of Events. Tessa, back to you.
Thanks, Ashman. The Associated Student Body is teaming up with a Marin food bank to help feed hungry students. ASI is launching a pop-up food pantry here on campus. Fresh, healthy, most importantly free food is available at these pop-up pantries. The goal is to address student hunger and food insecurity on campus. About 80 students showed up during the first pop-up. They will continue to take place in the Student Center every Monday.
SF State is known to be a commuter school, but one program is helping students ditch their cars and ride bicycles instead. With the Bike Barn, students can leave their bikes all day and save hundreds on repairs. State of Events' Michaela Walker gives us a closer look at a bike service that many students may not even know about.
Power to the Pedal is an organization run by students for students who bike around campus. Their goal is to build up the bike community through free maintenance and workshops.
Power the Pedal was established in 2013 as an ASI student group funded by a grant, and when the grant money ran out, the school started picking up the funding through the facilities department, and and then the rest is history.
The program is so effective, graduate Carmen Munoz is a frequent visitor.
Power to the Pedal, I have been biking for a few years now, and ever since I actually started getting into cycling, I was introduced to Power to the Pedal through the Bike Barn, and they have actually been to service for my bicycle in particular and for others around campus for a while now. I was just here the other day. I'm no longer officially a student here, but I was here to get my bike fixed, and really good resource, very friendly people, and definitely if you have a bike, use your resources. They're here to help you.
Power to the Pedal spreads valuable information to bikers, such as the Bike Barn, located in the back of campus near the track.
With San Francisco State having such a predominant bike culture, it's essential for us bikers to have a place to occupy, and the Bike Barn gives us the perfect place. Someone watching there, it's kind of like a sign-in thing where you bring your bike, you get a card, you sign in, and when you come back you have to return the card and sign out. So we're making sure that the bike theft is really down to a minimal, and just making sure everyone has a safe time while riding.
Power to the Pedal being on campus is convenient because you can bring your bike onto campus, get it fixed, easy peasy and you're out of here and you can just ride on along. And it's for free.
Every Thursday from the hours of 11 to 2, Power to the Pedal holds their workshop here. So if you have a bike that needs fixing, be sure to come down. In San Francisco, this is Michaela Walker, State of Events. 2 lawmakers are proposing legislation that will allow California bikers to roll through stop signs without stopping. Assemblyman Jay Obernolt and Phil Ting introduced the measure that will allow bicyclists to treat stop signs as yield signs. It's illegal for cyclists to roll through stop signs in 49 states, but the law is never always enforced. This proposed legislation is unlikely to ease growing tensions over sharing California's roadways, but could be good news for thousands of cyclists in the Golden State.
The Pfeiffer Canyon Bridge on Highway 1 in Big Sur will be torn down this week. Caltrans workers noticed fractures to the bridge and on one of its support columns in February. The bridge has been shut down ever since. A landslide under the bridge is damaging the structure. Officials say it is beyond repair and needs to be replaced. A new bridge should be completed in 9 to 12 months.
When we return on State of Events, find out what one Bay Area resident did at the White House that has him facing 10 years in prison.
And we'll show you how artificial intelligence robots may be the workforce of the future when we return on State of Events. Welcome back to State of Events. Tech companies are dumping big bucks in the next wave of technology. It's called AI, or artificial intelligence.
What does this mean for the current and future workforce? State of Events reporter Uilani Gray investigates.
The new wave of technology is upon us. It's called artificial intelligence, or AI. From face recognition, choosing music based on your mood, or even driverless cars, the development is moving quickly. Jeff Dean, Google's AI director, explains.
AI is going to be more impactful than the invention of the personal computer and the spread of mobile phones into your pocket.
The AI advancement is undeniable.
So the idea of artificial intelligence is not new. It's been around since the very earliest days of computing. It's a grand project to build machines that are intelligent.
Tech companies are investing heavily in AI, from Uber and driverless cars, Amazon's workless shops, to Google in developing smarter-than-human software. Automation, as you look around, it's taking over, but it's nothing to be fearful of. The key is getting ahead of it, and it's called training that starts here. And end up here, live in the world of technology, where learning how to program and design will be key skills in the future. Because of this, schools are now teaching kids coding and computer science at an earlier age. There are also programs like OATS that helps older workers to learn about the latest technology. It's important to adapt by acquiring new skills that will allow you to complement new technology. In San Francisco, Uilani Gray, State of Events.
First, the NSA, now the CIA. WikiLeaks tweeted out a link where the CIA described the agency's ability to use software flaws to hack into devices. State of Events' Vanessa Areola joins us in the studio to decode it for you. Vanessa?
Thanks, Chloe. Do you feel safe at home? Well, what if I told you that that TV you love to watch, or that laptop that you spend hours on, is secretly recording everything that you do? WikiLeaks released the largest leak of CIA document history. Thousands of pages describing software tools and techniques used by the agency to break into smartphones, computers, and even internet-connected TVs. The document is the latest coup for the organization and a serious blow to the CIA, which uses its hacking abilities to carry out espionage against foreign targets. According to WikiLeaks, government hackers can penetrate smartphones and collect audio and message traffic before encryption is applied. Vault 7 is the largest ever publication of confidential documents on the agency. Facebook and Instagram policy update forbids a platform for surveillance tools. The company says its goal is to provide a community where people can feel safe making their voices heard. Facebook stated that it received help on making this update over the last several months with multiple organizations including Color of Change, the ACLU, and the Center for Media Justice. Intel accelerates into self-driving car business with $15.3 billion deal to buy Mobileye. Shares of Mobileye are up 33% on Monday following the news. Intel CEO Brian Krzanich stated that the acquisition essentially merges the intelligent eyes of the autonomous car with the intelligent brain that actually drives the car. Intel and Mobileye are no strangers to each other's technology. Last summer, they announced a partnership with BMW to create an open platform for self-driving cars. Having the latest in smart technology is exciting, but at what cost? Being aware of your safety rights is crucial. For more information and helpful tips, head to our State of Events Facebook page. Chloe, back to you at the desk.
Thank you, Vanessa. Former President Barack Obama had a brief visit to San Jose as the Trump administration was backtracking on their wiretapping allegations. The Justice Department is asking for more time to gather evidence on President Trump's claim that Obama ordered a wiretap on Trump Tower. Sunday was Obama's first visit to the Silicon Valley since he left the White House. People were flocking to the Fairmont Hotel where Obama was staying in, hoping to catch a glimpse of him while he was in the Bay Area. Obama left on Monday and is now in Hawaii.
A Bay Area man is in court this week after allegedly jumping the White House fence and wandering the presidential lawn. 26-year-old San Jose State grad Jonathan Tran of Milpitas hopped the fence onto the White House lawn with 2 cans of pepper spray and a note for President Trump. Tran made it across the grounds to the south entrance before being stopped by the Secret Service. When asked if he had a pass to be on the White House grounds, he said, quote, "No, I'm a friend of the president. I have an appointment." President Trump was in the White House at the time of the intrusion. Tran will likely face a federal trespassing charge.
The new GOP healthcare plan is making its way through Congress. Some Republicans are calling it the world's greatest healthcare system, while Democrats think it may just raise taxes and leave millions without insurance.
Also, Trump's controversial travel plan has been revised. Taxes may increase for the middle class. Find out more as we make our way to our political news reporter, Majestique Bellamy, who joins us in the studio.
Thank you, Tessa. It's almost tax time, and it's time to find out if your taxes may go up in the next year. Also, Trump's new travel ban is in full effect, and some states are not having it. But first, let's take a look at the GOP's new healthcare plan being voted on in Congress. The House committee became the first panel to approve the Republicans' Obamacare repeal bill. The GOP claims that because of Obamacare, taxes have gone up by an average of 25%. Republican House committee member Buddy Carter states that the GOP healthcare plan will decrease prices and help more people.
I'm a big believer in the free market, and I believe that the free market will bring healthcare costs down. And that's what Obamacare did, just the opposite of.
With that, on Political, former Freedom Caucus Chairman Jim Jordan states that this is Obamacare by a different form. He also states that they're keeping the taxes in place and Medicaid expansion, and they're starting a new entitlement. The bill is now headed to another House committee for votes and will land on the House floor by month's end. An analysis on Fox News states that taxes may go up for nearly 8 million middle-class families under the Donald Trump proposals. Most large families or single parents would pay higher taxes. The increases are the result from Trump's plan to eliminate the personal exemption and the head of household filing statuses. These features have enabled many Americans to reduce their taxable income. Finally, President Trump's travel ban prohibits new visas from 6 predominantly Muslim countries and shuts down the U.S. refugee program. Countries banned are Libya, Sudan, Yemen, Somalia, Syria, and Iran. CNN reports Iraq was taken out after intense lobbying from the Iraqi government. 6 states are still suing the Trump administration over the recent travel ban. They include New York, Massachusetts, Virginia, Washington State, and now Hawaii and Maryland. Stay tuned to State of Events next week to stay up to date on your weekly politics roundup. Chloe, back to you.
Thanks, Majestique. A 14-year-old refugee who fled Honduras because of child abuse is being kept in the Yolo County Juvenile Facility, where he's been staying for almost an entire year. He received asylum in January, but is being kept in the facility. Officials say it's because he has no known relatives or sponsors. Activists and Congressman John Garamendi are demanding for his release. A vigil is being held this week outside the facility near Sacramento to show support for the 14-year-old refugee in hopes that the boy will soon be released.
International Women's Day was widely celebrated across the Bay Area by women and supporters showing pride for women's rights. State of Events reporter Katie Welge was there and brings us the story.
Many wore red to show their solidarity on March 8th, as the day was created to show the world what a day without women would look like, and many participated by staying home or showed their support through marching. Several events took place in San Francisco, including the gender strike, where protesters started their march at Justin Herman Square and made their way to the Immigration Customs Enforcement Office. The strike, preceded by the Women's March that took place in January, is not new, but this year the driving goal for many was to show the opposition to the policies of the Trump administration and the president's comments about women.
I think it's really important, especially in the political climate today, to show people that we have power and that it does not just reside in the government.
Definitely to have a voice and to, show Trump that we're not backing down. The importance for us is that we feel our liberties are threatened, particularly under this administration. He's turning back the environmental laws. He's turning back women's protection laws for health. He wants to turn back Roe versus Wade. He's reversing the progress that women especially have been making in this country in the last 50 years.
President Trump took to Twitter to acknowledge this day by encouraging his followers to honor the role of women in America and around the world, also stating that he has tremendous respect for women and the many roles that they serve that are vital to the fabric of our society and economy. Equal pay and end to sexual harassment and support of small business owners were also other issues on supporters' minds.
Standing outside U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services building, men and women not only celebrated women's rights today, but were inspired by the immigration demonstration that happened on February 16th. In San Francisco, I'm Katie Welge, State of Events.
Coming up on State of Events, the tournament is set as March Madness gets ready to kick off. Sports anchor Justin McCarthy will join us in the studio to preview the big dance.
And shocking footage has gone viral of a Vallejo police officer. We'll tell you more when we return on State of Events. Welcome back to State of Events. Our global coverage focuses on Latin America today.
State of Events reporter Karen Cordero is here today to fill us in on the latest news on our neighbors in the Southern Hemisphere. Karen?
From a deadly fire in Guatemala to a tragic concert in Argentina, all of this as we take a look at this week's World News Edition in Latin America.
Today, dozens of families buried the 37 bodies of the girls killed in a fire at a youth shelter in Guatemala last Wednesday. Official reports say the blaze began when mattresses were set on fire by some of the girls in the Virgen de la Asunción safe house as a way to protest against mistreatment and rape occurring in the facility. Guatemalan authorities say the fire quickly engulfed the shelter in flames, making it impossible for the girls to escape. Now the families of the victims ask for justice and demand the resignation of the president of Guatemala. A crush of people at a rock concert in Argentina leaves 2 people dead and a dozen more injured. The tragedy happened during a music event featuring popular Argentine singer Carlos Alberto Indio Solari in the town of Olavarría. Argentine prosecutor Susana Alonso says tickets were sold without a limit and that there were more people at the concert than allowed. Officials now worry that the number of death tolls may increase. A bus crash in northern Haiti leaves 38 people dead and 17 others injured. Haitian authorities say the bus had initially ran over 2 pedestrians earlier that morning, leaving 1 dead and 1 injured. The bus driver then fled the scene, but hours later crashed into a group of musicians who were taking part in a parade near the city of Gonaïves. The police department continues to investigate the cause of the accident.
Guys, that is all for World News today, but make sure to tune in State of Events for more World News updates. Chloe, back to you.
Thanks, Karen. The Vallejo Police Department is investigating an incident that was caught on video involving an officer hitting a man who was resisting arrest. Vallejo police say an employee of a Valero gas station called police to report a man who was acting irrationally and confrontational, which frightened employees. When police arrived on scene, police say the suspect refused to cooperate and ran. An officer chased him on foot and tackled him in the middle of the street. A cell phone video captured the officer striking the man several times. Police arrested 23-year-old DeJuan Hall from Vacaville. He was booked on suspicion of being under the influence of a controlled substance, resisting arrest, threatening an officer with force, and a probation violation. The Vallejo police chief is ordering a complete investigation of the incident.
The section of Morgan Territory Road in Contra Costa County remains closed for more than 2 weeks now due to a still-moving mudslide. The delay in repairs have left residents on the rural road without water services or a drivable roadway. Residents impacted by the slide attended a community meeting Saturday to discuss the impact and concerns of the road closure. At that meeting, volunteers arranged a shuttle for residents to move their groceries and other supplies through the slide area. The shuttle will start this week and is operated by veterans who are sworn in as disaster service workers.
Despite heavy rainfall this year, water regulations are not going anywhere. The rainy season that began in October is far from over, but regulators argue that the weather is unpredictable and the Sierra snowpack could melt quickly if the weather changes. The State Water Resource Control Board got a lot of flack for maintaining the regulations, as many Bay Area residents believe it is unnecessary. The board was unanimous on its decision as they stressed that the drought could be over, but the need to conserve water is not.
We're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we'll tell you how a Bay Area sports team is honoring a mom who saved her son's life.
And a previous Oakland mayor is looking to open a dispensary in San Francisco. We'll tell you how the public is reacting when we return to our State of Events.
Welcome back to State of Events. Justin McCarthy joins us with some sports.
Justin, can you tell us all about this March Madness?
Well, you know, you'd think that this March Madness, it's about tax day coming up next month, but really they have their priorities straight and they're worried about March Madness. And for college basketball fans, March, it brings out countless of emotions. It's a time where NCAA basketball fans' hearts are as fragile as their tournament brackets. Now, fans may not agree on their champion picks, but they can agree March, it's full of madness.
The field of 68 is set as players and fans alike prepare for the ensuing madness. On Selection Sunday, the coveted 1 seeds went to Gonzaga, North Carolina, Kansas, and last year's champion Villanova. Along with other perennial tournament goers, 5 first-timers punched their tickets to the dance. Most notably is Northwestern, who is seeded 8th, much to the excitement of head coach Chris Collins.
I thought we got exactly what we deserved, and now it's exciting to play when it really matters, you know, for the first time for all these guys' careers. It's going to be really fun to go into that tournament and see what we can do.
The tournament will tip off with the first 4 in Daytona, Ohio tonight and finishing up tomorrow. And if last year's tournament is any indication of the tournament to come,
Jenkins gives it to Jenkins for the championship.
madness will be an understatement.
The first round opens up Thursday with the Notre Dame Fighting Irish taking on the Princeton Tigers. So fill out those brackets and notify your therapist because madness, it's just getting started. Are you guys into the madness over here?
I'm mad about my taxes.
as I'm sure a lot of people are. How about you?
I'm going local, Davis.
Davis, I like it. They're in that first 4 of this coming up on Thursday, so we'll see if they can make it into the round of 64.
We'll see. Thanks, Justin.
No problem.
Thank you.
The 2017 Disney remake of Beauty and the Beast is hitting theaters this Friday. Fans are excited for this long-awaited classic to be back on the big screen. Reporter Anna Marie Torrea has more news in entertainment. Anna?
Thanks, Tessa. Last night's episode of The Bachelor definitely had viewers shocked. But in a fantasy world, the Disney remake of Beauty and the Beast is causing quite a buzz in Hollywood just days before its release. Also, former Teen Wolf and Arrow star Colton Haynes gets engaged, and singer Ed Sheeran is to guest star on HBO's Game of Thrones. We have all the inside scoop here on Entertainment News.
Beauty and the Beast will be in theaters this Friday, but through all the excitement, some might be boycotting the film. Actor Josh Gad plays LeFou, the bumbling sidekick of Gaston, played by Luke Evans. It was announced that the Disney remake would include its first ever gay character, which was then revealed to be LeFou. The stars of the movie feel that LeFou's sexuality isn't too over the top. Emma Watson, who plays the Disney Princess Belle, says that the performance of it is subtle and fun and leaves an ambiguity for the audience. For actor Josh Gad, he says he can't wait for the audience to see it.
I think it's a really amazing moment in a Disney film, and I hope it speaks for itself, and I want the audience to be surprised by it.
From a Disney fairy tale to a real-life happily ever after, actor Colton Haynes gets engaged to celebrity florist Jeff Latham. 28-year-old actor came out as gay back in May 2016 and announced his relationship with his new beau last month. The former Teen Wolf and Arrow star shared his engagement to his new fiancée via Instagram. The pair even had a little help from singer Cher, who helped pop the question. And coming off his success of his third album, Divide, singer-songwriter Ed Sheeran will be appearing on the 7th season of HBO's hit fantasy drama series, Game of Thrones. The singer confirmed his role in the show through Twitter. Show creators David Benioff and D.B. Weiss also confirmed Sheeran's involvement at the South by Southwest panel in Austin, Texas. Game of Thrones Season 7 is set to release on July 16, 2017. However, Sheeran's role still remains a mystery.
And that's it for this week's wrap-up of Entertainment News. Tune in next time here on State of Events for the latest happenings on pop culture and in Hollywood. I'm Anna Marie Torrea, sending it back to you at the desk, Chloe.
Thanks, Anna. Former Oakland Mayor Jean Quan and her husband are turning their talents from politics to pot. The couple are partners at a medical marijuana dispensary looking to be licensed in San Francisco's Outer Sunset. Quan was supposed to have a meeting with the community to pitch her business idea, but was greeted by angry protesters who were concerned that the dispensary might bring crime into the community. Kwan is an outspoken advocate for medical marijuana and has been for years. As a member of the Oakland City Council, she wrote the city's dispensary legislation back in 2004.
And we'll leave you today with this amazing and heartwarming story of a brave Bay Area mom who saved her son's life on a soccer field. She's being honored by the San Jose Earthquakes. 3 weeks ago, 16-year-old Jose Aguadano Jr. was hit in the chest with a soccer ball so hard he collapsed, stopped breathing, and went into cardiac arrest. Jose's mother, a family practice physician, ran onto the field and gave him life-saving CPR. The Major League team brought the pair onto the field to honor her heroic save before the game Saturday. Jose kicked the ceremonial goal. When asked how she felt during the emergency, she said she was nervous but then went into doctor mode and it was game on. Just a great story, huh?
I know, it was crazy. This is actually the first time I heard about it. Yeah.
Well, that'll do it for State of Events today. I'm Tessa Kleinbell.
And I'm Chloe Ortega. We'll see you back next week.